Thưa quý vị, thủ đô Hà Nội hào hoa và linh thiêng, với bề dày lịch sử nghìn năm văn hiến, nơi tập trung hàng trăm nghề truyền thống như lụa, gốm, sơn mài, khảm trai, mây che đan. Hôm nay, các nghệ nhân từ các làng nghề truyền thống thủ đô Hà Nội xin vui mừng và tự hào mang đến đây văn hóa di sản nối nghiệp cha ông đời đời lưu giữ. Xin mời quý vị đại biểu cùng các quý khách thưởng thức tiết mục Tinh hoa vùng đất trăm nghề, sáng tác Hà Thị Vinh, nhạc Trần Miêu.
Xây những nhịp đời rộng lớn hôm nay, có những bàn tay khối óc mê say của người thợ, của người nghệ nhân vùng đất trăm nghề. Thủ đô ta ngàn năm văn hiến, thêm những chuyên hàng gửi tới muôn phương, lấp lánh Việt Nam trên trường quốc tế. Đây tinh hoa lụa hàng Hà Đông, đây duyên dáng áo dài Việt Nam, đây men gốm hồn đất tình người, bát tràng kim lan gửi bao tình túy. Mây che đan sang danh trường Mỹ, vài đất danh hương thường tin phú duyên, thôi hồn vào gỗ, thôi hồn vào cây, diệt những tinh hoa văn hóa đông đòi, diệt những tinh hoa rạng rỡ ngàn năm. Xin chào em non đẹp làng Chương, thêm hương cốm nét người Tràng An, bao tinh tế kham trai chạm bạc, sắt vàng Gia Lâm vượt xa kết nối. Đôi tay theo kênh duyên tình Mỹ, vượt bão gian nan đồng sức đứng lên, đắm mình vào đá, đắm mình vào tranh, diệt những tinh hoa văn hóa đông đòi, diệt những tinh hoa rạng rỡ ngàn năm.
Tôi là Nguyễn Thị Yến, một người con của làng Chuông đã gắn bó với nghề và vô cùng yêu thích những sản phẩm nón lá. Đây là chiếc nón quai thao mang đậm chất văn hóa và giá trị truyền thống của người phụ nữ Việt Nam.
Vâng, và tiếp theo chúng ta cùng nhìn ngắm.
This is conical hat with a strong cultural identity and traditional values of Vietnamese women. And yes, next, let me admire results of the 5 minutes of calligraphy teachers of Hoàng Xuân Thủy. The lacquer armed the hands of the artisan of La Văn Hùng and the tail of the tail made from the traditional lacquer material of jackfruit wood core. The tail is typical image of the Vietnamese folklore purpose. In the hand of artisan Phạm Hà is a work total of low painting. Her family of symbol of capital of Hanoi. Here comes Bát Tràng Pottery Village. Recently, the two crafts village of Bát Tràng Pottery and Vạn Phúc Seal Weaving have been recognized as the official members. Artisan Đặng Thị Vơ come from the utmost craft village in Xuân La Village, Phương Đức, Phú Xuyên District. Tò hair is traditional toy for Vietnamese children. And Miss Phương Thúy is holding in her hand the work Fairy Lotus Seal by her fathers. Artisan Khắc Hà from Vạn Phúc Seal Village, with a history of more than 1,000 years of formation of development. The lotus flower of the Lee dynasty is woven in a stylized, creative and skillful ways. Nguyễn Thanh Bình is one of the typical artisans who is making a small contribution to preserving and promoting the traditional craft of making lacquer in Hà Thái. Today she brings here the meticulously hand-painted lacquer vase. I'm Nguyễn Thị Hằng, hand embroiderer of Mỹ Đức. For more than 20 years, I have been attached to the needle and thread as a part of my breast. Today, I'm in an áo dài with a hand-embroidered lotus flower that I made myself not only a fashion of, but also crystallization of the cultures of the Hoàng Minh with a passionate love for my homeland, where there are dragonflies fluttering of my afternoon winds. Coming from the heart of Hanoi, our Lakers, flower artist Nguyễn Thị Xuân Hiền, Hoa Sao brand with unique flower creations. The work of Hoa Decor is a delicate combination from dry branches and silk flowers. Coming to Phú Viên Craft Village, Chương District, this is a craft village that was formed and developed the rattan and bamboo weaving profession more than 400 years. With skilled hands, the people here have brought to the market sophisticated products is made from rattan bamboo reed. I'm Trần Thị Tu Phương, a companion in developing the craft of making sophisticated handmade leather of sand and producing and developing ancient sandwich tea sand, creating the quintessence of tea. With our own sophistication, the silver bean craft in Đình Công village was once known as one of the foremost traditional crafts. You are admiring the work made by artisan Quách Phan Tuấn Anh in the Kim Hoàn, Đầu Bắc Đình Công craft village. For many Vietnamese people, the fan is a close familiar item in daily life. The fan not only helps to dispel the heat, but also a decoration to serve religious rituals. Dear guests, we, the skilled artisan of the land of hundreds of the craft, Hanoi, come here with our home land. We are very proud and happy with the belief in the bright future because our craft and craft villages are being cared for and developed the party by the state. Although the life today has changed a lot and developed modernity, the traditional craft village or the craft stays, retain their own identity, crafting unique and sophisticated handicrafts. The traditional craft village in Hanoi have been and are contributing to promoting handicraft products with good cultural values of Vietnamese people widely around the world, promoting the development of the country economy. The program is implemented by Cultural Committee of Handicraft Association of Hanoi Craft Village. The program is generated by the Cultural Committee of Hanoi Handicraft Association of Hanoi Craft Villages. Director, People's Artist Ngọc Bích. Program Managers, Paper Fan Artisan Lan Hương, with the performances by skilled artisans from the Handicraft Association of Hanoi Craft Villages. Wishing all guests good health and happiness and success.
Kính thưa quý vị đại biểu, trên giải đất hình chữ S thân thương có một vùng đất mát vẻ đẹp, hoang sơ và hùng vĩ, đó là Tây Nguyên. Tây Nguyên không chỉ hiện lên
Tây Nguyên.
và ánh nắng vang dội.
And on behalf of the ash-shaped land of Vietnam lies the majestic and poetic region Tây Nguyên. The Central Highland revealed its soul not only through the mountains or sun shimmering over coffee fields, but also through every rhythm, every bold melody. Each sound is like a passage of heaven and earth spirit. Now please listening to Tây Nguyên, the Central Highland. Please listen. It's like unforgettable memories, but also the deep emotion in our hearts, performed by two performers.
Cái tiếng ở bên booth nó vẫn lẫn ở trong cái floor.
low, 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 low.
Yeah, it's okay. Good morning, everyone. After that inspiring traditional music and dance show by the very famous Vietnamese group, which was arranged by our very gracious host, the government of Vietnam, on behalf of the conference secretariat, I extend a warm welcome to this high-level inter-regional knowledge exchange on the FAO One Country, One Priority Product models. Excellencies, Deputy Director General of FAO, Assistant Director Generals of FAO, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on this great occasion where we will share globally our experiences on the One Country and One Priority product models. And of course, we will hear a very enriching discussion from our host country, Vietnam, which has been a lead in this area for a long time. This high-level inter-regional knowledge exchange has been co-organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment of the Government of Vietnam and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. It's being held in person. There is also a live stream. To ensure seamless proceedings, and we do know that many of you have organized and participated in many such programs before, yet it is still essential to have a few words in the beginning so that we have seamless proceedings and we can finish on time. First, on the seating protocol, VIP and international participants are prioritized in the first 3 rows in the ballroom. All other guests may find any vacant seats which are there behind these 3 rows. On your desk, you will find mobile interpretation equipment, which you can use to plug in and put on your ear. This can be used both for the sessions which will be in the ballroom as well as for the OCOP exhibition tour which will take place during the day. Thanks to our interpreters, we have simultaneous interpretations available in Arabic, English, French, and of course the language of the host country, Vietnamese. So please use the interpretation equipment. For any technical issues, please contact the Secretariat. You will find us all around in the room. We also have liaison officers who are sitting in the rows behind the delegates. They will be assisting you with the session transitions, with the support to the exhibition tour, for bilateral meetings, for logistics for today as well as for tomorrow. We deeply appreciate your adherence to these protocols. This enables us to honor all the speaking requests while maintaining our schedule. So without any further ado, let's get to the inaugural session. And for that, I now yield the floor and welcome Dr. Nguyen Doan Thuan, who is the Director General of International Cooperation at the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, Vietnam, and our esteemed moderator for the inaugural ceremony. Dr. Thuan, over to you.
Kính thưa quý vị đại biểu, thay mặt cho nước chủ nhà Việt Nam và ban tổ chức xin nhiệt liệt chào mừng các bạn đến Hà Nội, thủ đô tươi đẹp và giàu lòng mến khách Việt Nam để tham dự diễn đàn Liên Khu Vực về mô hình OCOP. Việt Nam rất vinh dự làm nước chủ nhà với sự hỗ trợ FAO hôm nay tụ hội ở đây đại diện của trên 20 quốc gia khu vực Châu Phi, khu vực Cận Đông, khu vực Châu Á, Thái Bình Dương để chia sẻ về các kinh nghiệm mô hình OCOP, định hướng để OCOP thành một cái phong trào toàn cầu gắn liền với mục tiêu 4B, 4 tốt hơn của FAO, sản xuất tốt hơn, dinh dưỡng tốt hơn, môi trường tốt hơn và cuộc sống tốt đẹp hơn cho người dân. Về các đại biểu đến dự hôm nay, tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu về phía nước chủ nhà. Xin trân trọng giới thiệu ông Trần Thanh Nam, Thứ trưởng Bộ Nông nghiệp và Môi trường Việt Nam. Về phía cơ quan đồng tổ chức diễn đàn ngày hôm nay, tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu bà Beth Burford, Phó Tổng Giám đốc Thường trực Tổ chức Nông lương Liên Hợp Quốc. Ông Abele Hayden Gabriel, Phó Tổng Giám đốc FAO, trưởng đại diện khu vực châu Phi của FAO. Ông Alua Dohong, Phó Tổng Giám đốc, trưởng đại diện khu vực châu Á Thái Bình Dương của FAO.
Pacific.
Ông
Mr. Enoch Azawell, Chief Country Representative of FAO in Vietnam. For the head of the delegations of the country, Mr. Elopo Bhutan Busho, Minister of the Ministry of Agriculture of Bhutan, Mr. Gekore Bustan Bhutto Makari,
Bộ trưởng Bộ Nông nghiệp và An ninh Lương thực
Minister of Agriculture and Public Services, Mr. Sayanderisto Never, Minister of Malawi Agriculture Ministry, Mr. Rama Arigari, Minister of Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock, Mr. Afghanistan from Nepal, Mr. Hun Sen Dergari, Minister of Secretary from South Sudan, Mr. Vice Director of Sierra Leone's Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Valet Peterot, Vice Minister of from Zimbabwe, Mr. Gonran Depabre from Côte d'Ivoire, Martin Perora, Ambassador of Cameroon in China, head of the Cameroon delegation. Mr. Dagen Becker, Ambassador, head of Algerian delegations. Mr. Christian Ronald, head of the delegation from Gabon. Mr. Zambola Leader, head of the Mozambique delegation. Mr. Hernando, head of the Ghana. Miss Lamanda Kobe, head of the Lesotho. Mr. Azalen Garaha Musain Ahmed, head of the Egypt delegation. Ms. Barat Bachis, head of the Tunisia delegations. Ms. Parila Mesada Chilete, head of the Zambia delegation. Mr. Habon Zempa Baba, head of the Ethiopia delegations. And today, attending this ceremony, I warmly welcome Ambassador of the Embassy, International Organizations, and NGOs from the government office, and also from the relative from the craft villages with the OCOP products. So, a round of applause to welcome all the participants. To open the forum, I would like to introduce Mr. Trần Thanh Nam, Vice Minister of MAE Vietnam, to take the floor for the opening speech. Thank you.
Excellencies, ministers, deputy ministers, and agricultural leaders from the participating countries, Không nghe được tiếng. Không nghe được tiếng trên nền. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bass, Bachelor's Deputy Director General of FAO and Regional FAO leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I have a great honor to present Government of Vietnam warmly welcome for the Ministerial Conference to promote South-to-South cooperation inter-regional high-level forums on one country, one commune, one product OCOP model. Your presence, Minister, senior FAO leaders and policy makers from across the continent strongly affirms our shared spirit of solidarity, collaboration, mutual support for transforming agriculture towards inclusivity, sustainability, and the environment. Today's forum is a tangible outcome by the initiative launched by FAO Director General Dr. Quy Đông Du during his visit in Vietnam in February 2025. His initiative connected global and regional efforts to enhance the implementation of Vietnam's OCOP program and FAO One Country, One Priority Product, aiming at the shared goals of achieving better production, better nutrition, better environment, and better life. In today's world, the global agriculture faces a multiple of serious, complex challenges: climate change, degradation of natural resources and biodiversity, food, nutrition, security, geopolitical and trade conflicts, emerging technical barriers, and growing demand for the green transition and digital transformation to ensure no one is left behind. These challenges call for urgent, genuine, proactive, and effective collective action. Ladies and gentlemen, Vietnam is an agricultural country with over 60% of its population living in the rural areas. Since the đổi mới reforms 1986, our agriculture sector has achieved significant milestones in poverty reduction, food security, export promotion, improved livelihoods, and comprehensive rural development. Agriculture sector contributes 12% of GDP, maintains a growth rate of 3.3% and achieved 62.5 billion in agriculture, forestry, fishery exports in 2024, with a surplus of 3.84. The gross agriculture and export amounted of 33.84 billion, an increase of 15% as compared to the same year last year. Vietnam is now restructuring its agriculture sectors and enhance value added and to promote sustainability, taking into account of new global factors such as trade, liberalization, climate change, smart agriculture, and food loss, waste control. We are vigorously advancing food system transformation with transparency, responsibility, and sustainability as 21 UN Food System Summit. Vietnamese agriculture is ready to integrate deeply and contribute positively to the nation's goal of sustaining over 10% annual economic growth, with agriculture targeting over 4% annual growth. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, with the aim of empowering communities and developing rural economies by unlocking the potential and strengths of each locality and encouraging self-reliance, creativity, and the local identity, Vietnam officially launched a One Commune, One Product OCOP program in 2018. And this program is also trying for the National Target Program for Rural Development Initiative in 2010. Vietnam envisioned OCOP has a model of building an inclusive, comprehensive, and sustainable value chain, and is a part of the development of Vietnam. And OCOP of Vietnam is like a brand, and it is the integrating the government business. OCOP is not only the model, but also a frame integrating government, business, cooperative, and community in ecosystem of innovation, capacity building, quality control, branding, and marketing connectivity. To date, Vietnam has over 16,800 OCOP products, rather 3 stars and higher, showing the major improvement in quality, packaging, and branding. Over 60% of producers have reported average revenue of 18% annually, and millions of jobs have been created, significantly improving livelihood. OCOP has proven to be an effective tool for empowering rural communities and promoting ownership, accountability, and the local cultural values for economic development for quality of life. Esteemed delegates, from over the 7 years of implementation, we see that Vietnam's OCOP program not only delivers the quality products, but also realize the 4 betters outlined by FAO. Better production, the local agriculture production with a stable raw material zones, high value added, based on the local advantages and suitable modern technologies. Better nutrition, diversified, high quality, safe, and traceable food resources. Better environment is environmental responsible production and processing, promotion of the circular agriculture, green agriculture, low emission farming, and biodiversity conservation. Better life, meaning enhanced income, employment capacity for communities, cooperative in rural residents, especially in the mountainous and ethnic minorities area rich in cultural heritage. We also see a clear alignment between Vietnam's OCOP program and FAO, One Country, One Priority Product Initiative. Both aim to identify and promote strategic products of each locality and nation based on agriculture and cultural respect, sustainability, and global market access. Distinguished participants, drawing from Vietnam experience, we propose several directions for South-South cooperation in support of OCOP program, aligned but found for betters, establish the networks and mechanisms for sharing policies, technologies, and markets among the countries developing OCOP products, enhance cooperation in training and capacity building for managers, cooperatives, and rural enterprises, including the older people and women, ethnic minority. Pilot the private-public community partnership to mobilize financial, technical, and indigenous knowledge resources. To bring this direction into reality, we call for the strong support from international organizations, financial institutions, and bilateral and multilateral development partners to promote South-South cooperation and have countries effectively implement OCOP towards the dynamic, inclusive, culturally rich and sustainable. We hope that the forum and also the moral film with of OCOP model in Ninh Bình tomorrow, not only the opportunity for experience sharing, but also marking the beginnings of new cooperative journey where we build a shared future for the global peace and prosperity. I would like to wish to include my speech by promote idea from African philosopher Banbu, I am because we are. Yeah. Only by sharing ideas and acting together can we build the healthier, greener, fairer, and more prosperous future where all the communities are empowered, no one is left behind, and nature is cherished as an inseparable part of life. I wish the forum great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Minister Trần Nam, for the very comprehensive because we are. We together to share our philosophy and together to work with each other during our stay in Hanoi and in the future forum to share the OCOP movement across the globe. Now I would like to invite Ms. Beth Betchel, DDG of the FAO, to take the floor for the welcome remarks.
Excellency, Deputy Minister Nam, Your Excellencies, ministers and high-level officials from Africa and Asia, Director General Dr. Tuan, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor, on behalf of the Food and Agriculture Organization, to welcome all of you to the high-level interregional knowledge exchange on OCOP models, our first Africa-Asia dialogue of this kind, with top-level agriculture policymakers from across regions. Let me begin by first thanking the government of Vietnam for hosting this important gathering in response to FAO Director General's invitation. This event would not have been possible without your support. Deputy Minister, it was 23 years ago that I was personally last in Vietnam. And I remember leaving this country with a sense of energy and excitement by what was happening here. But it is clear that this year, 2025, is opening an even more dynamic and successful time for your country. It was also 2 years ago, in June of 2023, that I traveled to Malawi to be with my friend, the Honorable Minister Sam, who helped us begin the process of learning and exchanging on opportunities for his country's banana sector. This was one of FAO's first OCOP workshops. And since then, we have had a number of country and regional sessions. But today is particularly special as we bring ministers and officials together from across regions. As the FAO Director General, Dr. Chu Dong-yu, noted during his recent visit to Vietnam in February, there is much that other countries can gain from Vietnam's experience in agri-food systems transformation. And this interregional dialogue provides exactly this type of opportunity, to build on and to learn from other countries' experiences. Today and tomorrow should be a platform for innovation, for capacity building, and global knowledge exchange. Ultimately, to empower farmers to grow more sustainably, to improve their incomes, and to bring healthier foods to the marketplace. Africa and Asia share many common challenges, yet both regions are home and rich to agricultural diversity and innovation. Whether that be from quinoa in Bhutan, cassava in DRC, sorghum in South Sudan, potato in Lesotho, there are many areas of opportunity for collaboration and knowledge building. The FAO One Country, One Priority Product Initiative, or for short, OCOP, was launched in 2021 to support countries to promote agricultural products, or what we refer to as special agricultural products, SAPs. These products are often overlooked and very much underutilized, but they hold a unique geographical and even cultural trait to many countries. And what this initiative aims to do is to tap into these products' full potential, to contribute significantly to local agri-food systems, to integrate these products into local, regional, and ultimately global markets, and to improve food security. Through this initiative, FAO has identified a huge opportunity to help countries fill a gap and develop an approach focused on value chain development. And we are appreciative of the leadership of countries to take this on. To date, 95 countries have identified 56 special agricultural products that are rooted in their geographies, in their histories, in their cultures, and in their traditional diets. At a time with agri-food systems facing mounting pressures, exacerbated by the fact that 75% of the world's food comes from just 12 plants and 5 species, OCOP offers an opportunity to diversify production, diversify diets, strengthen food security, and build resilience to increasing shocks. Today's knowledge exchange on OCOP models will provide a forum for Asia and Africa to come together and exchange experiences on how to implement the OCOP initiative. What's working? What's not? And how do we move forward together? Today, we will hear some very impressive presentations from our colleagues in Vietnam on their own unique experience, including the One Commune, One Product program, which, as we have already seen, has been a cornerstone of the country's rural economic development strategy. You will also have the opportunity to share your experiences and challenges in implementing OCOP. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a highlight of today's agenda is the strong collaboration with leading science and innovation centers in the Asia-Pacific region. From the development of food products that are suited to a variety of age groups and tastes, to applying innovative geographical and environmental traceability technology for premium markets, these innovations will shape the future of OCOP. FAO, through our regional office for Asia and the Pacific, is also partnering with others to support countries position their products in domestic, regional, and international markets by providing timely and reliable market intelligence for the special agricultural products. This is an essential step for scaling impact. And I am also pleased to announce today that several new regional knowledge products will be launched, including an OCOP recipe video series, another video series on the technical transfer and application of the geographical indications, environment, and sustainability methodology, and also a new market intelligence series covering OCOP priority products, starting with Bhutan. Before I conclude, I do want to invite all of you, if you have not had the opportunity yet this morning, to visit the OCOP exhibition and marketplace that is showcasing products from all of your countries and across these regions, as well as the OCOP For Better's products exhibition. As I think we have already seen from this morning's opening, while we are focusing on special agricultural products, many of which you can see and possibly even taste in the marketplace, there is also a deep rooting in special cultural experiences and products. And I've already had the opportunity to see some very beautiful, very lovely cultural and social, historical products that countries here have been putting together. So all of these together reflect not only cultural richness, but they also show scientific progress and transformative potential that the OCOP initiative can bring. Again, excellencies, to those of you who have traveled, thank you so much on behalf of FAO for your stalwart commitment and partnership to advancing so many of these critical commodities and products in your country. FAO takes very seriously our support and our partnership with each of you, and look forward to being with you here throughout today and our field trips tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Cảm ơn bà Bestol, Phó Tổng Giám đốc FAO.
For your sharing of OCOP for each country, each top priority here in the country here, and also about the orientation of our cooperation. Hereafter, I would like to invite you listening to a very special person who actually the first time come to Vietnam for the wishing Tết traditional Tết of Vietnam for OCOP in Vietnam, and also in Vietnam we've been to Vietnam sharing with his experience that bring the other country here to Vietnam for the OCOP program. And national, I would like now to invite Dr. Khuất Đông Du of FAO General Director. So please.
Your Excellencies, the Minister of Agriculture and the Environment of Your Excellencies, the Minister of Agriculture and the Environment of Vietnam, Your Excellencies, the Ministers of Agriculture from Africa, the Near East, and Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to open this historical high-level inter-regional knowledge and experience exchange. The first of its kind, bring together Africa, the Near East, and Asia to share the best practices in agri-food system transformation through the FAO's One Country, One Priority Product OCOP initiatives. I'm especially pleased that this exchange is taking place in Vietnam, whose One Commune, One Product program inspired our global OCOP initiative. Vietnam's remarkable progress in reducing poverty, improving livelihood, and achieving the food security offers valuable experience for other regions. This exchange builds on my meeting with His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Vietnam earlier this year, during which we agreed on this importance of sharing Vietnam's success through the FAO South-South and Triangle Cooperation Platform. Today's dialogue brings together top agriculture policymakers to learn from Vietnam's experience, through which over 15,500 products have been promoted and has been a driver for sustainable rural development. Through the FAO OCOP, we are now promoting more than 56 special agricultural products that contributed to the four betters: better production, better nutrition, a better environment, a better life living in our behalf. As Africa advances its ambitious agenda for agri-food system transformation, there is much to learn and share. I'm confident that this knowledge sharing will highlight how innovation and national product branding can boost the productivity, improve the profitability, open the new markets, and promote a better life for rural communities, as well as show how Asia's success can inspire and support Africa's effort and vice versa. FAO remains committed to supporting Africa as it is tackling hunger and malnutrition in a continent where the 1 in 5 people faced hunger in 2023. Together, through the exchange like this, we can drive in the meaningful progress towards the addressing hunger and malnutrition. Together, we can turn Africa challenges into opportunities. Together, we can transform agri-food systems across all regions to be more efficient, more inclusive, more resilient, and more sustainable. I wish you a successful and fruitful meeting. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before concluding the opening section, may I ask the representative of FAO and Vietnam, who is the co-host for this event, come here to stage for the souvenir photo for the very important event. And after the photo, we would like you to visit the OCOP exhibition here of Asia Pacific, Vietnam, four betters of FAO, and Africa here. So please, may I ask Madame Bess Berchefrode, Deputy Director General of FAO, and all other, please.
to arrange for the group picture.
Okay. Just stay here. Thank you, Dr. Tuan, for moderating an excellent inaugural session. So before we break for coffee, we will first have a group photo, and I request the VIPs to stay on the stage, and I request all the heads of delegation to join them for the photo, please. All heads of delegation, please come onto the stage. Please remember, you must bring your smile, no photo. So everybody, there will be two pictures, one a formal one and one a little more informal. We leave the informality to you. We'll first have the group pictures. Thank you, everyone. So now the heads of delegation, the VIPs, will go outside to visit the exhibition. Everyone else may have their coffee, and we reassemble at 10:10. 10 minutes plus 10 for the next session. Enjoy your coffee and tea and your break.
le. for you. All my little stars shining just for you. All my little stars shining just for you. All my little stars shining just for you.
rồi. Nhả chuột đi, chưa lách được. Cắm chưa?
Just for you.
Lớp 1 2.
Everyone back inside. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, back inside. Let's get started. Hello. Let's get started, everyone. Please take your seats. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, back to school. In class, please. Thank you, everyone, and I hope all of you had a lovely tour of the exhibition and a refreshing break. So we start off with the next session, and this one is on the host country, Vietnam's experience. We just heard briefly about the one commune, one product just now, both in the inaugural speeches. So we will hear more about it. And to moderate this session, we have Dr. Alu Duhong, who is the Assistant Director General and Regional Representative at the FAO Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific in Bangkok. So at this time, I will leave it to him to carry on with the moderation of this session. Thank you very much and have a great one. You can do from.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to open this unprecedented knowledge exchange between our two continents on agri-food system transformation. Excellencies, during his visit to Vietnam earlier this year, FAO Director General Dr. Khu Dong Yu was inspired by the achievement of the country's new rural transformation journey, led by its One Commune, One Product program, and had invited Vietnam to share its experience with this sustainable and inclusive rural economic development strategy with the rest of the world. It gives me a great pleasure now to invite His Honorable Mr. Trans Tan Nam, Vice Minister of Agriculture and Environment of Vietnam, to brief us on his country's new rural development strategy. So, Honorable Vice Minister, floor is yours.
Kính thưa các ngài Bộ trưởng, Thứ trưởng lãnh đạo các bộ nông nghiệp của các nước, kính thưa bà Ben Bedon, Phó Tổng Giám đốc của FAO và các vị lãnh đạo của tổ chức FAO, thưa quý vị đại biểu, thay mặt cho Bộ Nông nghiệp và Môi trường của Việt Nam, tôi xin trình bày tóm tắt cái chương trình mỗi xã một sản phẩm của Việt Nam để có thể trao đổi thêm với quý vị đại biểu. Đối với Việt Nam thì là một quốc gia có lợi thế về nông nghiệp với 27,9 triệu hecta đất nông nghiệp, nó chiếm khoảng 84% cái diện tích tự nhiên và khoảng 60% dân số sống ở nông thôn. Chính vì vậy mà cái nông nghiệp không chỉ giữ vai trò là an ninh lương thực mà còn góp phần là làm trụ đỡ cho cái nền kinh tế. Hàng năm thì tuy rằng
every year
cái GDP nông nghiệp đóng
the GDP from agriculture is 12% of the total GDP, but it plays very important role as the foundation for the industrialization of the country and modernization of the country, with the average growth rate of 3.3%. And in the opening remarks, we mentioned that in the past 6 months of 2025, the growth rate is 3.84%. We try the best that in this year, the growth rate of agriculture will be 4%. And the export of agriculture in 2024 account for more than 62 billion US dollars, and we try the best so that this year we can achieve 65 billion US dollars. So with such advantages and with the strategy of the socio-economic development of Vietnam, in 2010, we issue a decision number 800 to approve the National Target Program on New Rural Development. This is a program for overall development in the rural area, including infrastructure, economy and culture, social affairs and security, including agriculture development. After 15 years of implementation of the National Target Program on New Rural Development, we have mobilized more than 6,100 billion. So we invested such amount in agriculture and rural area, and the state budget accounts for only 10%, and the rest comes from other sources. This is a great achievement of Vietnam, showing the attention for the development of agriculture and rural development. And by 2018, the Prime Minister approved another decision to develop the OCOP program, one commune, one product. This is a program for the rural economic development. And after we implemented that program, we learned from Japan, Thailand, and we developed the OCOP program for Vietnam. Different countries may have the OCOP programs. Maybe the names could be different, but we focus on developing the internal strengths so that we can foster the creativity and the production ability in rural area. So that is the key purpose of the OCOP program in Vietnam. The perspective of this program, we have 3 key perspectives. First, OCOP program is a rural economic development program in the direction of developing the internal strength and increasing value. So this program is to expect to tap the potential in the rural area. For example, the land, the indigenous knowledge, the culture, the knowledge, so that we can create the values. So that is the first perspective for the OCOP program. Maybe people ask questions. For example, like, is it just relying on agricultural products or not? No, it incorporates different sectors to create the values. And the OCOP program focuses on encouraging small and medium-sized producers and businesses in rural areas. They are the small size, the small and medium enterprises and vulnerable groups, including women, the ethnic minorities or older people, or the people who do not have conditions to develop the large size production. So with this, the program can support them with technical assistance and finance so that they can develop the products. And the third perspective is the rural economy development in the direction of organizing commodity production according to a chain linked to local raw material areas, promoting indigenous culture and knowledge, especially focusing on developing specialties, traditional craft villages, and rural tourism. And you had the experience like the performance that is performed by the craft villages. So this is also one of the achievements of the OCOP program. So this morning you experienced the performance, and you can see that OCOP is not only the agricultural product, but it includes indigenous knowledge and culture. From such perspectives, the OCOP program Vietnam, we rely on 6 groups of products. The first one is the food products, including fresh agricultural produce and processed food products. Second is beverage, including alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, and medicine materials and handicrafts, for example, from wood, natural fibers, metals, ceramics, textiles, and embroidery. So you can see the silk production, like you can see outside. So all of them are handicrafts, and that is organic, so that we can protect the environment. And we use the circular economy materials. And another group of products is ornamental plants. And the 6th group is community tourism services, including ecotourism and community-based tourism activities. So we develop the different set of criteria for these products. For example, for the fresh agricultural products or processed food products or beverage or medicine materials, handicrafts, so on and so forth. So we make sure that the products need to have the material zones, and the process must follow the standards and criteria. And once the products are finalized, they have to be designed in a special forms so that they can go to the market. So those are the rules, including from growing to processing. And then once the product is finalized, they have to meet the criteria for IP and traceability. So that is the process for us to develop the 6 groups of OCOP products. We utilize different criteria and we have different assessment councils. And in order to assess the quality of the products, we have like 5-star, 4-star and 3 stars standards. So we rely on the criteria that is submitted to the Prime Minister for approval, and we assess the products at 2 levels. The central level, that is a 5-star, and then provincial level, that is for 3-star and 5-star. We have a very clear criteria for the assessment. So at the provincial level, the products could be assessed at the level of 4-star or 5-star, and at the central level, they could be assessed at the 5-star level. So we design different functions and teams for assessment, including teams from the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, Ministry of Science, Technology, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Industry and Trade. They sit in that council for the assessment of the products. After they are assessed, for example, at the level of 5-star, then we consider that the OCOP products achieve the national standard, and then we can introduce the products to the international market. After they are assessed to achieve the 5-star, 4-star, and 3-star, then they are branded so that they can go to the international market. Up to now, we have more than 16,000 OCOP products, and more than 70% of them achieve 5-star, 4-star, or 3-star. And up to now, these products have been developed to the international markets. In order to ensure the quality of the products, every year the products have to be reassessed. So the same councils will do the assessment, and after the products are developed, the consumers really like the products because they are specialties in the rural area, and the competent authorities have assessed the quality of the products. So this is to ensure the safety standards, and that ensure the confidence for the consumers. So that's why our products are in different supermarkets, and they are appreciated by the consumers. And the OCOP products are not just produced in large scale in factories, they are limited in quality, in quantity. So maybe some people ask questions, for example, why there is no mass production? Because they are specialties from special areas, from special zones, and they are made by the people, handmade, so we cannot produce in mass level. So the quantity is limited, but the value is very good, and you see that the price is good for the OCOP products as well. And every year the revenue increased by about 18%, and the 5-star, 4-star, and 3-star products have a very good value. So we have implemented these OCOP products in Vietnam. What is the role of the government, and what are the approaches for the OCOP owners? For the government play the role of facilitating by issuing the laws and regulations. So the Prime Minister issued the decision with the criteria for OCOP products, and there is also action plan so that the provinces can rely on the national plan to prepare the plan at the provincial level. And the products have to meet the criteria of the Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Industry and Trade, support the trade promotion. And the agriculture and environment sector ensure the environment, ensure the products to be produced according to the standards and procedures. And for the provinces, they have to implement the provincial plans based on the national plan. To support the OCOP products and the small size producers, they receive the support like the finance from the banks. So with this, they can invest in machineries or equipment so that they can improve the quality of the OCOP products. So those are the mechanisms and the policies to encourage the development of OCOP products in Vietnam. After 7 years of implementation, we have some lessons learned. First, the OCOP program in Vietnam has been implemented comprehensively in different provinces in Vietnam, and 16,800 products have been produced, and 9,000 producers have produced the products. Up to now, 67% of OCOP products achieve the 5-star level or higher, and OCOP has better price. Like every year, the price increase about 12%. So you can see that the products, once they are recognized like 3-star, 4-star or 5-star, the price increase. So that is the first achievement. Second, the awareness and mindset and capability of the OCOP owners have been improved. So here we can see that like 9,000 OCOP entities, like 32% of them are cooperatives and 25% of them are small and medium enterprises. 33% are household businesses, and the others include cooperative groups. These entities, they have changed their mindset. In the past, they just focus on production of the products, but now they also consider the environment and the material zones, and they also have to follow the criteria and standards. They also pay attention to packaging and labeling. For each OCOP product, we also ask the entity to tell a story. For example, like the mango, they need to have the story about the mango. What are the special benefits of such mangoes? Or we ask the rural areas or the locality to have the stories and to tell the stories about the products. And third, the OCOP programs has played a key role in transitioning the rural economies from small-scale farming to production models. So when we implement the OCOP program in the rural areas, we see that the farming has been extended. It is not only like rice or potato crops anymore, but more diversity in terms of the products and the label. The packaging is improved significantly. Like in the past, people just produce like cattle or pigs or things like that, and they just sold the products without any strategy. But now they have to consider the strategy for the marketing as well. So this is the great impact of the OCOP program on the rural area economy. And these products also support the development of new livelihoods, new sectors or activities in the rural area. In the past, rural areas just produce agricultural products, but now there are also services, so the employment is improved in the rural area. So that is the third achievement of the OCOP program. And fourth, OCOP also support the livelihood development in the disadvantaged areas and among vulnerable communities. After 7 years of implementation of the OCOP program, this is a great achievement. Up to now, after 7 years, the 9,000 OCOP entities, 40% of them are women, and 15 and 17% of them are ethnic minorities. And I also mentioned with the Deputy Director General that we have not produced statistics on the people with disabilities as the OCOP entities, and we also have no statistics about the older people producing OCOP products. So we will try the best to encourage these people. These could be the vulnerable groups, and we create conditions for them so that they could be more creative. This is a very good achievement, and we have promoted the creativity of the entities in the rural areas. Fifth, the OCOP program helps the entities to be proactive in market development. For the OCOP entities, they not only have to think about what to produce, but they also have to think how to develop them, where to sell them. So many entities have applied digital technologies, and they could promote their products like in live streams in different channels, so that they can introduce their products, and they pay more attention to branding. And the farmers in the past, they just focused on production, but now they also pay attention to the market. And with OCOP, they receive a lot of support so that they can change the mindset, not only production but also the economic development in a comprehensive way. So this is a very important change in the mindset of the farmers. So that is the fifth lessons. And number 6, the OCOP program has promoted the startup movement, developing more trades and services in rural areas. We have provided training to more than 70,000 officials and OCOP entities, including vulnerable people. We provide training on production, governance, and market development. And up to now, we have created about more than 22,000 jobs for more than 22,000 workers in the rural areas. So we see that these are very promising achievements of the OCOP program. Some key orientations for the coming time. First, we are reviewing the 15 years of implementation, and it will be finalized this year, and we are preparing for another journey up to 2030 according to the National Target Program for New Rural Development, and we are preparing to advise the government new program. The Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister pay great attention to this, and just a few days ago, the Prime Minister had a meeting so that we can guide the development of the OCOP program for the coming time. So we have some directions for the coming time. First, we continue to promote and improve the quality of OCOP products associated with the concentrated standard raw material areas. And we must have the material areas, otherwise we cannot have OCOP products. And we also have to meet the international and national standards. So this will be a focus for the coming time. Second, OCOP products will approach green development, especially organic standards, circular economy, contributing to development of green sustainable agriculture, protecting the ecological environment. So we are trying to follow the circular economy to ensure that we are protecting the environment in the rural area. Third, focus on developing OCOP products associated with rural tourism development. We have developed about 400 tourist destinations in rural areas with more than 200 OCOP products for tourists. Tomorrow, we are going to visit these destinations. Then you can see the tourist destinations that achieve the OCOP standards, and the OCOP products also achieve the OCOP standards. We also have the performance performed by the people in the local area. So that is also an OCOP model. So all of these three components will support the OCOP tourism. And we have the criteria to ensure the environment, the landscape, and we can develop the tourist workers in the local area. So we focus on the development of tourism in the rural area. With the OCOP, then we can expand the economy in the rural area to ensure that we are protecting the environment, and with that we can attract more tourists to the area. And fourth, we expand the trade promotion system and promote the OCOP products. We collaborate with the Ministry of Industry and Trade so that we can organize different trade fairs or international markets, and we cooperate with the supermarkets so that we can sell the OCOP products. And we also cooperate with international partners like in Germany, in the US, so that we can introduce the OCOP products to the international market. With that, we can say that we can have three key points of the OCOP products, because OCOP products can support to promote the creativity of the people living in the rural areas, particularly the vulnerable groups. Second, it can promote the production capability in the rural area. And third, OCOP products can help us to access the market better. So I hope that my sharing can share more information with you, and we hope that we can learn from other countries so that we can improve ourselves in the future. And yesterday, we have had a meeting with the Deputy Director General of the FAO, and we see that some countries have implemented this model, and we see great advantages. Particularly, we can utilize the potential of the small-sized entities, and many countries in Asia or Southeast Asia have implemented this program. The names could be different, but the purpose are common. So we hope that FAO can support different countries so that we can be connected. We can network so that we can have an ecosystem of OCOP products. With that, then we can support the vulnerable groups in the rural areas so that they can introduce the products to the international markets. And with that, we can bring the opportunities to the consumers in the world so that they can access good products with nutrition, and we can protect the environment and improve life of the people, so we can achieve the 4 better goals of the FAO. With that, we can promote the 5-year cooperation program. So that is also the expectation of the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment of Vietnam. And we hope that all of you will support us. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Minister, for excellent presentation, insightful as well as really interesting presentation about Vietnam's new rural development vision, where the OCOP is one of its strategic, rural development in Vietnam. So I'm sure your presentation will inspire all of us here in this room. So we come up later with maybe just one question, considering our time limitation. So Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, actually the FAO One Country, One Priority Product Flagship Initiative actually inspired by Vietnam's One Commune, One Product strategy. So in order to complete our Vice Minister presentation, let's ask to witness a video that produced by FAO and Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, Vietnam. So please play the video.
From the mountainous villages of the north to the lush Mekong Delta, Vietnam's landscape offers a bounty of special agricultural products. In 2018, the government of Vietnam launched a bold initiative, the One Commune, One Product program, known as OCOP. The program is a key part of rural development policies that aim to promote unique local products and sustainable businesses. OCOP categorizes products into 6 groups: food, beverage, herbal-based products, handicrafts, ornamental plants, and community-based ecotourism.
Chương trình mỗi xã một sản phẩm, gọi tắt là OCOP, là một chương trình phát triển kinh tế nông thôn. Trong cái chương trình nhằm khơi dậy những cái tiềm năng lợi thế ở vùng nông thôn, nhất là tài nguyên đất đai, các cái đặc sản nông sản ở địa phương, rồi cái kinh nghiệm sản xuất, tri thức bản địa, văn hóa bản địa, rồi đặc biệt là cái tính cốt kết cộng đồng để tạo ra những cái sản phẩm đa giá trị.
Vietnam's economic growth has lifted millions out of poverty. But rural communities continue to face challenges in building sustainable livelihoods. This has led to urban migration and a widening rural-urban divide. The OCOP initiative is changing that by creating new markets for local agricultural products that also showcase Vietnam's cultural and regional diversity. In Ninh Binh province, the Sin Duoc Cooperative is a model of green economic development. Native herbs and trees grown by local farmers are used to produce traditional medicine, healthcare, and bath products.
Hợp tác xã Sinh Dược luôn cố gắng để cân bằng giữa yếu tố tri thức bản địa, truyền thống cũng như là các yếu tố hiện đại và phù hợp với sự phát triển của môi trường cũng như là thị trường. Và chúng tôi ứng dụng những cái sản phẩm đó vào trong các sản phẩm chăm sóc sức khỏe như là xà bông tắm, dầu gội, muối ngâm chân, và đồng thời chúng tôi cũng luôn áp dụng những cái kiến thức về hóa dược cũng như là khoa học hiện đại để làm sao mà những sản phẩm đó giữ được những cái tính chất chăm sóc sức khỏe một cách nhiều nhất và tốt nhất.
The cooperative employs 40 people in its 2 workshops, which are also part of an ecotourism project. OCOP products are rigorously evaluated and ranked by the Central Evaluation Council. Receiving their certification is vital for expanding market reach. This signals that a product has been recognized for its quality, and consumers can place their trust in it. Through that, products enjoy nationwide distribution, and the quality of life for cooperative members improves. E-commerce platforms are key to marketing OCOP products. Channels created by cooperatives and social networking platforms are boosting sales, with more than 800 weekly streaming sessions of the OCOP market reaching consumers across Vietnam and internationally.
Đối với các cơ sở OCOP, các chủ thể OCOP sau khi được công nhận sản phẩm OCOP thì một cái điểm nữa mà chúng tôi thấy là họ đã góp phần là giải quyết được cái việc làm, mở rộng sản xuất, quy mô sản xuất, rồi giải quyết được cái công ăn việc làm cho lao động tại địa phương cũng là một cái nét nổi bật.
The One Commune, One Product initiative highlights the diverse regions and people connected to the product's origin. The Sin Duoc Cooperative draws on a 1,000-year-old tradition started by local Zen master Nguyen Minh Kong, who developed expertise in herbal medicine to treat ailments. This rich knowledge bank has been passed on to the current generation.
Mỗi sản phẩm OCOP là một câu chuyện về truyền thống văn hóa, về bản sắc và nguồn gốc của mỗi vùng miền. Như vậy ở đây thì chúng ta thay đổi hoàn toàn trong cách tiếp cận. Chúng ta không chỉ thuần túy là nhấn mạnh được những cái sản phẩm nông sản có giá rẻ, cạnh tranh bằng giá, mà quan trọng hơn là chúng ta cạnh tranh bằng giá trị, tạo ra cảm xúc cho người tiêu dùng. Thì đấy là cái sự điểm nổi bật.
OCOP serves as a bridge between farmers in rural communities and consumers in cities and towns, enhancing the value of agricultural products and creating a better future for people across Vietnam.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, after inspiring video, it's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Nguyen Minh Chi, Director General of the Trade Promotion Center for Agriculture of Vietnam, to show us how Vietnam support the development of OCOP program in terms of trade promotion, product marketing, market links for the development of OCOP market. So due to a very time limitation, it is my pleasure if you can do it in 10 minutes. Please, time is yours.
Kính thưa Thứ trưởng Trần Thanh Nam, thưa bà Beth Penton, Phó Tổng đốc FAO, kính thưa các vị Bộ trưởng, các vị Thứ trưởng, các vị Đại sứ, trưởng các đoàn tham dự cái hội nghị này, thưa Ban chủ tọa. Trước hết thì thay mặt cho Trung tâm Xúc tiến Thương mại Nông nghiệp, một đơn vị thuộc Bộ Nông nghiệp và Phát triển
Chairpersons On behalf of the MAE, I'm very happy to share with you the trade promotions and market development for Vietnamese OCOP products in the presentation made by Vice Minister Trần Thanh Nam, and also video clip regarding the collaboration between FAO and MAE Vietnam. We can see some of the significant issues of the development of OCOP program in the past years, and in my presentation I want to share with you some of the area for the promotion and marketing of it. But Dr. Nam has also talk about the channels of the MAE directions. I want to show you some from the our products when we assess and we recognize them. So how the promotion can be made. The farmers and the vulnerable people can sell their products or develop their economy or not. So the cultures and identities, cultural identity can be preserved, sustainably. Content of my presentation is numerous, but according to the request from the organizers, I try to focus some of the main points and some of the salient points, of the Vietnam, experience, so that we can share with you, as I mentioned by Dr. Nam. So experience can share to the Africa and Near East. So Vietnam is also a developed country. So how when get OCOP products is the kind of the single products from the SMEs and smallholders, so we cannot follow the promotion as big companies, but we need to find the ways and the methods so that we can do the promotion most effectively. So that's the one I want to share with you in my presentations. For the OCOP program, as mentioned by Dr. Nam or Vice Minister Nam, I can skip this. And here you can see, according to the OCOP Vietnam, I think that for many other countries, especially in the initiative of FAO, we need to emphasize three characters of the OCOPs. We can see that is kind of the strength for the promotions. That's the distinctiveness, the differences among different, the products produced by different, companies. So OCOP products have, some distinctiveness. Like you can see in Vietnam, we have some big, company like Vietnamese. They have, the yogurt. But there are some kind of entities, they do the August with their traditional, with their own taste, and they have their own positions. So that's some of the strengths of the OCOPs. As mentioned by Mr. Nam, we do not afraid that our small size, but we can, promote our distinctiveness. Second thing, I can confirm that OCOP success is the standardizations. There are many countries, including Vietnam. We have many specialties for traditions of 1,000 years. The indigenous peoples and the local people use it, but when we do the promotions, we need to have to standardize it. As mentioned by Vice Minister Nam, it should be traceability. It should have the standards. That's in reality, the government of Vietnam, the MAE implements the OCOP program. Many, specialty which have a traditions. We can have some kind of the small markets, along the road, or it can be sold. Some of the products can be sold under the overpass, for example. But when it is included in the OCOP program, it is standardized and given the 5-star of the or 3 or 4 stars, products by the central government. It can satisfy, the taste of the users, including safe food as well as the branding as the packaging. That's the second characteristic. The third characteristic is the multi-value integrations. When we talk about the mass productions, introduction knowledge, products, they can be attention with the value of usage, but now we can have the feeling of the users. For example, this morning we see some of the handicrafts, handkerchiefs, kind of the blanket with the warm silk. But it can be used as a commodity to keep warm people. But we can have the feeling of the producers and also the ethnic minorities of the artisans. They can accumulate their experience in producing that. That is multi-value integrations. Not only the value for users, the feeling, but also the factors for environment, for the landscape, and also the cultural preservations. Many delegates here use the iPhone or smartphones. We still have the servers or not, but we can see some differences with the packagings of the iPhone, smartphone, and with the handicrafts, with the lacquers, with the wood lacquers, etc. We can produce some of the multi-value materials in order to have the cultural preservations and also preserve, the cultural identity of different areas. And based on those characteristics of the OCOP products, we also have the promotion with the OCOP product with different channels. Now in the e-market, areas, we can have, multiple channels and multiple contacts. We still, traditional retails and also what we also promote, the OCOP exhibitions, different regional, community-based, festivals. Vietnam have the three areas, the north, the southern, and the central. So OCOP in the central, we have the exhibition in the north, and also in the south and the southern. Producers, products can be exhibited in the north and in the central. So it can show the characteristic of different regions. And next, is one of the channel have been supported with the support from the leaders of the MAs of the our centers for promotion of the agriculture. We also utilize the e-market platforms, not only the some of the platforms like tickets and we also use the mass media, not like mentioned by Vice Minister. We have the capacity building of the identities, because each 16,800 product is 16,800 with the cultural entity, with the feeling of the identities. So only with live stream, with the short video clips on the mass media, can allow us to distribute our feelings to the users. But with the ordinary e-marketing, it cannot allow the users to know about the feeling, about the accumulate experience of the producer. So we promote with the mass media over the past 3 years. Another channel. Another channel which is very important is that which contribute to the creation of the OCOP. We can be proud of when we turn it into gift, not only the commercial values, but it can really to become the gift at the national levels, like a 5-star OCOP products have been given by the Prime Minister, by the ministers to the international guests, and other local levels as well. Another newly opened channel is the export channels since December 2023, and in 2024 we have opened the OCOP booth. It's a Milan exhibition, which is the biggest exhibition for commercial purpose in the world. When we open that booth in the big market, in EU's market, in order to confirm that OCOP Vietnam products, Vietnamese product have met the food safety standard about the packaging, which is very strict in EU and other developed markets. And so, with those preliminary results or success, we have many motivation behind the OCOP success from the support, from the state, from central level to the local levels, and also the engagement of the community as well, the changes in the demand of the community of the people. Previously, we can have the different groups of the users, but in our current technology, we can personalize, of the users. So OCOP products can be very appropriate with a personalized now. With 101 million people, so 100 million and one different users or customers. So OCOPs can, integrated into different, separate, channels, including the e-market and other social media channels. And the leaders of MAE also confirm that the development of the OCOP is, the collaborations, integration of the indigenous in Europe, and only the traditional method is hard. We can create the ecology of the products to meet the modern demands. But we use the new technology, the assembling productions, and also the digital, and also including mass media. We can create a new ecologies, system. And also, we can sell the product on the mass media. We can have interaction from the customers. That's a direct and immediate and very effective, feedbacks. And through the traditional methods, we cannot have 1,000 or 10,000, feedbacks. But we sold on the, especially live stream, immediately we can have the feedbacks. Like, the green bean cake is still, need to be improved, or the mangoes have not been properly packaged. We need, mango package in the nicer ways. So through the e-marketing, we can promote, the promotion and the feedbacks. And the challenges of the program, as mentioned by Minister, So, our future, as mentioned by Mr. Nam, we can, promote the promotion should be strengthened in the international market and domestic market based on different commercial, channel, both in the traditional method and e-market. That's my contents. Many other pieces of information, are available, but due to the time limitations at this forum with the, initiative created by Vice Minister, I hope that FAO and other countries can support and collaborate with us and engage in November. Vietnam have the, festival OCOP International one. FAO is expected, to call for the support from other countries to share, with the success of the OCOP initiative of different countries. Thank you very much for your attention.
Vâng, xin cảm ơn.
Presentation. So due to time limitation, I do apologize. I have to skip the question and answer session. So I think this is the conclude our presentation for this first session. So now I give it back to facilitator. Sidors is yours. Thanks, Vice Minister. Thank Director General team for this presentation for this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Excellency, Minister. Thank you, Director General. And thank you, ADG Aludu Hong, for moderating this session. So we now go on to the next part, which is a roundtable with the ministers who are assembled here. A couple of points I just wanted to mention before we start this session. There are two limitations. The first, we have interpretation till 12:30. So we do not want to go beyond that. It's mandatory for the interpreters to take a break. So kindly let's try and keep ourselves to time and finish by 12:30. In fact, I would suggest 10 minutes earlier. And why is that? Because at 10 minutes to 1, all heads of delegation will be going for a very important meeting, an appointment with the Deputy Prime Minister of Vietnam. So if we finish about 12:20 or so, you all get some time to refresh and before you set off for that meeting. So let's keep that in mind as we conduct the next session, which is a roundtable of the ministers who have traveled a long way to be here with us today. And this session will be co-chaired. Our first chair is Mr. Abebe Gabriel, who is the Assistant Director General and the regional representative of the FAO Regional Office for Africa based in Accra, Ghana. May I request ADG, please come to the stage. It will also be co-chaired by Dr. Tuan, whom you heard in the morning. He is right now in another meeting, so he won't immediately be available. So I request ADG Abebe to kindly start the proceedings. And again, a reminder on the time limit. Thank you very much. A hand for our moderator, please.
Thank you. Excellencies, you have heard about the time constraints, and I would appreciate very much if you can be as concise and brief as possible in your reply to the questions. I have questions to be posed to each of you. I would like to invite each speaker to limit your remarks, as was emphasized, to ensure equitable participation. And I would like to start with Her Excellency as Azedine Beshka, Ambassador of Algeria in Vietnam, Embassy of Algeria in Hanoi. So the question is, what institutional, technical, or financial challenges has your country faced with the OCOP implementation? Excellency, may I invite you to share your insights, please? Algeria?
Yes, thank you, moderator, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to represent the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria at this roundtable dedicated to the promotion of special agricultural products under the OCOP initiative. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the FAO and the government of Vietnam for the exemplary organization of this strategically important South-South exchange. Algeria is characterized by an exceptional ecological diversity ranging from the humid Mediterranean zones to the semi-arid high plateaus and extending to the arid Sahara. This geographic variety supports the development of agricultural products with a strong territorial identity, serving as powerful levers for food sovereignty and local development. In recent years, Algeria has successfully developed several strategic value chains that align closely with the OCOP approach. Trao, Deglet Nord dates, cultivated in the southern oasis, are now integrated in the national framework for labeling, processing, and export. Figs, especially from mountainous areas, benefit from official geographic recognition and support for artisanal transformation and conservation. And the third product is the traditional olive oil, produced in hillside terraces of the interior regions, is the focus of a value enhancement strategy based on quality, traceability, and targeted export. These products are backed by public mechanisms of guidance, certification, training, and the organization of rural cooperatives. The vision for the sustainable transformation of the Sahara. Algeria has undertaken the agricultural development of its Saharan regions with the ambition of turning entire zones in strategic production basins to ensure food self-sufficiency. Through advanced irrigation technique, the introduction of height-resistant crop variety and support for young farmers, these initiatives have led to the production of cereals and legumes in the heart of the desert, stable incomes for local population, and reduction in food import dependency. The Office of the Development of Saharan Agriculture is leading these structural efforts through an integrated and inclusive approach. The clear alignment with OCOP's objectives, Algeria's participation in OCOP is fully in line with its national priorities, enabling environment and governance, the establishment of multi-stakeholder platforms like governments, research institutions, civil society, to select and monitor priority projects, production and processing, development of small-scale decentralized processing units for dates, figs, and olives, marketing and investment, expansion into new markets through geographical indication and economic diplomacy, nutrition and health, integration of local products such as dates and camel milk into school feeding programs and malnutrition reduction strategies. Algeria offers an agroecological profit that is particularly suited to the OCOP approach due to its geographic diversity, the richness of its local agricultural products, and the existence of public programs that are already aligned in spirit with the initiative's objectives. The national territory included several contrasting zones: the Mediterranean coastal belt, the semi-arid high plateaus, the central steppe, and the vast Saharan space. This natural diversity is reflected in a wide range of local products adapted to their territory and often sometimes from any central knowledge whose economic, nutritional, and cultural potential remains largely unadapted. Algeria's official accession to the OCOP initiative would represent a strategic opportunity on multiple levels, especially in context where the country is aiming to enhance its food security, valorize its agricultural heritage, and revitalize its rural and Saharan areas. Economically, OCOP would enable Algeria to structure more competitive and resilient agricultural value chains by concentrating efforts on identified priority projects. FIO's methodological support would provide a framework to improve productivity, quality, local processing, and market access. This would promote an aggregation of national production and better positioning in regional. Algeria could express its readiness to host the technical FIO OCOP missions in 25-26 to assess potential projects and territories suitable for pilot programs. Such an initiative would help route the OCOP dynamic in the field while enhancing international visibility for Algerian expertise. Lastly, it would be useful to prepare and discreetly share with organizers a brief dossier on the 3 potential Algerian candidate projects for OCOP. For example, Deglet Nord dates, mountains figs, traditional olive oil, including their characteristics, geographic scope, producer organization level, international value, and the current status of processing and market access. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for sharing experience from Algeria. Before inviting the next speaker, we have a long list of speakers. This is a round table of ministers and other senior officials, and time is going to be of essence. I don't want to interrupt Excellencies, so I would really plead with you if you can respond to the questions so that we can manage time. I now turn to Honorable Minister, Mr. Yaunten Funsho, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock of Bhutan. The question to you, Excellency, is what specialized agricultural product or OCOP value chain challenges have you encountered from production all the way to consumption, and how have you addressed them? Over to you, Excellency.
The chair of the session, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and Xin Chao Boisang. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of conveying the warm greetings of the government and the people of Bhutan. At the outset, allow me to thank FAO and the government of Vietnam for giving us this platform to share Bhutan's journey and experience of implementing OCOP initiative for a resilient, sustainable agri-food system transformation. For a small mountainous country like Bhutan, agriculture is not just a source of livelihood. It is a way of life, custodian of tradition, and thread that weaves our rural communities together. More than 60% of our population reside in rural areas and depend on agriculture, either directly or indirectly, for their sustenance. And agriculture contributes about 15% to the GDP. That is why initiatives like OCOP of FAO resonate deeply with Bhutan's development ethos. First introduced in 2015, with FAO's support, quinoa was new to our soil, but not to our aspirations. Its resilience, nutritional richness, and adaptability across 6 agroecological zones made it a natural ally in our pursuit of food and nutrition security. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in Bhutan, we named quinoa as Aji Hechum, a name that carries a sense of royalty and respect. And fittingly, the same year quinoa was introduced in Bhutan, Bhutan launched One Gyok, One Product program under the Her Majesty's, the Queen's Project Office, an initiative to uplift the rural livelihoods by adding value to local resources through community-led entrepreneurship. Quinoa is one of the many OCOP products in Bhutan. Since officially joining OCOP in June of 2021, Bhutan has made steady progress. We have taken a value chain approach, starting from production and processing to quality assurance, awareness building, and market access. In this context, let me share a few highlights. First, we have released 4 quinoa varieties with strong yields, and we are promoting quinoa cultivation in 14 of the 20 districts, increasing the production areas by more than 270% in just 1 year. Second, we have also trained over 850 farmers and 140 agriculture officers on quinoa production, post-harvest practices, and utilization. Third, we have piloted integrating quinoa in school meals and hospital diets. And our plan is to replace 5% of rice in school feeding program. That will not only motivate our farmers to enhance production, but our school children will get to enjoy nutritious quinoa menu on their plates, which is essential for their mental and physical growth. Fourth, we have initiated steps to designate geographical indication and environmental sustainability for quinoa. Fifth, and most notably, we have increased the production by 200% in just 1 year. However, the limited awareness, small production base, post-harvest losses, and inconsistent seed performance are some of the challenges we have faced along the way of implementing OCOP. But these challenges haven't stopped us from continuing our efforts to advance implementation of OCOP. We have been responding proactively with multi-location trials, updated production guidelines, post-harvest mechanization, and establishment of central processing unit. We are also tapping into digital tools, strengthening aggregation models, and engaging youth and women partners in quinoa ecosystem. Most importantly, in the 13th Five-Year Development Plan, quinoa has been identified as high-value commodity, not only for its resilience and nutritional profile, but for its potential to boost rural economy and incomes of our rural farmers. With multiple uses, from household consumption to livestock feed and health products, quinoa is emerging as a strategic crop for Bhutan. Therefore, to fully utilize the potential, we look forward to a continued support in accessing germplasm, advancing varietal improvement, and mechanization. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to state we remain fully committed to the OCOP vision and the shared aspiration of 4 betters: better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and ultimately a better life, because they fit well within the framework of gross national happiness, a development philosophy that Bhutan pursues under the leadership of our visionary kings. Thank you once again for this opportunity to share our journey, and we look forward to learning from experiences as we take this path together. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency from Bhutan, for sharing that experience. Now we will go to Cameroon. I would like to invite His Excellency Martin Pana, Ambassador of Cameroon in China. The question is the same as I have posed to Bhutan. What specialized agriculture product OCOP value chain challenges have you encountered along the value chain, and how have you addressed them? Excellency Ambassador.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Modérateur. Excellences, Monsieur le Vice-ministre de l'Agriculture et de l'Environnement du Vietnam, Madame la Directrice Générale Adjointe de la FAO, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres, distingués participants, bonjour. Son Excellence, Monsieur Gabriel Mbairobe, ministre de l'Agriculture et du Développement rural de la République du Cameroun, empêché, m'a demandé de le représenter à cette importante réunion. Il est tout désolé de ne pouvoir être avec vous ce matin et vous adresse ses salutations les plus cordiales et ses souhaits de plein succès. Permettez-moi, puisque j'ai la parole, d'exprimer les remerciements de la délégation camerounaise, tout d'abord à la FAO, siège et bureaux régionaux confondus, ensuite au gouvernement, au gouvernement du Vietnam, ministère de l'Agriculture et de l'Environnement, pour l'organisation exemplaire et la tenue de la présente session de l'initiative OCOP, et pour l'accueil chaleureux et les marques d'attention accordées à notre délégation. En guise de réponse à votre question, Monsieur le modérateur, je voudrais partager avec vous l'expérience camerounaise. Le gouvernement camerounais, à travers le ministère de l'Agriculture et du Développement rural, a choisi la banane dessert comme produit agricole spécial à développer dans le cadre de l'initiative One Country, One Priority Product OCOP, lancée par la FAO. Initiative qui vise à promouvoir des produits agricoles spéciaux, uniques, et à transformer les systèmes agroalimentaires pour qu'ils soient plus efficaces, plus inclusifs, plus résilients et plus durables. En effet, la banane dessert est l'une des 11 cultures prioritaires identifiées dans la stratégie nationale de développement 2020-2030 et la stratégie de développement du secteur rural, plan national d'investissement.
Excuse me, Excellency Ambassador. Yeah, the interpreters have just told us the mic is gone off. So let's just make sure that it is on back on. Can you confirm? Yes. Excellency, please continue.
Donc, je disais, la banane dessert est l'une des 11 cultures prioritaires identifiées dans la stratégie nationale de développement, SDN 30, 2020-2030, et la stratégie de développement du secteur rural, plan national d'investissement agricole. Cette filière joue un rôle très important dans l'économie du pays, car elle est le second employeur du pays après l'État, avec 22 000 emplois directs et 150 000 personnes vivant de cette activité. Elle contribue à 6% du haut PIB agricole et compte parmi les premiers produits agricoles d'exportation. La production nationale de bananes dessert au Cameroun annuelle est estimée à 300 000 tonnes et le pays espère porter sa production nationale de bananes à 600 000 tonnes d'ici 2030. En novembre 2022, le comité interministériel élargi chargé du suivi du développement de la filière banane dessert a validé le document de stratégie pour le développement de la filière banane pour la période 2021-2030, révisé par le ministère de l'Agriculture et du Développement rural. Cette stratégie entend consolider la présence de la banane Cameroun en Europe, engager l'expansion sur les marchés asiatiques et augmenter les exportations vers les pays africains voisins, notamment le Gabon et le Nigeria, pour atteindre un objectif d'export de 10 à 15% vers ces marchés. 3 sociétés agro-industrielles membres de l'association bananière du Cameroun, Asobacam, produisent et exportent la totalité de la production bananière. 2 sont privées, les plantations du Haut-Pendja, et une 3e appartient à l'État, la société de développement de la CDC, la Cameroun Development Corporation. En dehors de ces grandes sociétés, la banane dessert est produite par de nombreux petits exploitants dans toutes les 7 régions méridionales du Cameroun et dans une partie de la Damawa, dans la partie septentrionale du pays. Leur contribution à la production nationale de bananes dessert reste cependant très peu chiffrée. Les exigences de qualité à l'export ont restreint leur écoulement au marché local et sous-régional. C'est en ce dernier point que réside le véritable défi dans la mise en place de l'initiative OCOP au Cameroun. Il s'agira pour nous de mettre à niveau les petits exploitants de la banane dessert avec l'accompagnement des grandes agro-industries pour que celles-ci puissent répondre aux exigences de qualité requises par le marché de l'export, notamment vers l'Europe. Cela va nécessiter des actions coordonnées entre toutes les parties prenantes avec l'appui technique, nous l'espérons, et financier de la FAO ainsi que de tous les autres partenaires au développement. Voilà ce que j'avais à donner comme réponse à la question posée. Et encore une fois, merci de nous avoir donné l'opportunité de partager cette expérience avec les autres pays. Merci.
Thank you, Excellency Ambassador from Cameroon, for sharing the experiences. I was supposed to let you know that there are interpretation available for Arabic, French, English, and Vietnamese, so you may feel free to speak in the language of your preference as you share your experiences. I would like to now invite Mr. Dembele Yakuba, the Director General of the Agency for Development of the Rice Sector in the Ministry of Agriculture of La Côte d'Ivoire. The question is the same, focusing on the value chain. What kind of challenges have you encountered and how have you addressed them? Côte d'Ivoire, please.
Merci beaucoup. Monsieur le vice-ministre de l'Agriculture et de l'Environnement du Vietnam, Monsieur le haut responsable de la FAO, délégué distingué. La Côte d'Ivoire est un petit pays d'environ 30 millions d'habitants. Nous sommes le premier producteur mondial de cacao, premier producteur mondial de noix de cajou, troisième exportateur de dérivés de l'huile de palme, troisième producteur mondial de VA, de cacao naturel. Vous comprendrez par rapport à ça que l'OCOP ne peut pas être appliqué dans ces grandes cultures qui prennent une grande partie du pays, qui prennent la majorité des agriculteurs. Cependant, il y a une spéculation qui a fait l'objet de l'OCOP avant terme. Il s'agit de la tchéké. C'est une semoule de manioc qui est faite par des femmes rurales de la moitié sud de la Côte d'Ivoire. Et c'est des techniques ancestrales. Et ça fait l'objet d'un focus au niveau de l'État. Parce que, après le riz, c'est cette semoule-là qui est la plus consommée dans le pays. Donc, compte tenu de son importance dans la consommation, et compte tenu du fait qu'il y a une connaissance ancestrale pour une région donnée pour ce produit, un accent particulier a été mis dessus. Ainsi, d'abord au niveau de l'agriculture, il y a eu la recherche qui était impliquée pour mettre en place des techniques culturelles innovantes permettant de produire en qualité et en qualité avec des variétés précoces de manioc. Ensuite, il y a eu un fort investissement auprès de ces femmes-là rurales dans la mise en place de petites mécanisations, de petits équipements pour pouvoir faire le travail au lieu de le faire de manière ancestrale, mais avec les mêmes résultats. Ensuite, il y a eu une reconnaissance en tant que marque collective et protection de l'appellation. Le gouvernement s'est investi pour que cette marque-là, de ce produit-là qui est la tchéké, soit protégée. Effectivement, la tchéké est consommée dans pratiquement toute l'Afrique de l'Ouest, et aussi en Europe, même aux États-Unis aujourd'hui. Donc, il s'agissait de protéger la marque. Ainsi, nous avons eu l'extension de la marque, bien que la mesure soit actuellement valable en Afrique de l'Ouest. L'Office ivoirien de la propriété intellectuelle a entrepris la démarche pour étendre la marque collective en Europe et aux États-Unis, avec l'ambition de protéger la tchéké dans le monde entier. Ainsi, l'appellation atchéké est désormais protégée, signifiant que seule la semoule de manioc produite en Côte d'Ivoire de cette manière-là ne peut avoir que cette appellation. Ensuite, cette marque a été inscrite compte tenu de la demande forte, le fort appui du gouvernement, a été inscrite au patrimoine mondial culturel immatériel de l'UNESCO. Donc, il y a reconnaissance culturelle. Et en décembre 2024, la tchéké ivoirien a été inscrit au patrimoine culturel immatériel de l'UNESCO. Cette inscription est une victoire non seulement pour la Côte d'Ivoire, mais aussi pour l'Afrique, témoignant de la richesse de son patrimoine culturel. Elle met en lumière le savoir-faire spécifique et les techniques uniques de préparation traditionnelle transmises de génération en génération pour une région spécifique de la Côte d'Ivoire, c'est-à-dire le sud profond de la Côte d'Ivoire, où on ne fait que cela. Ensuite, au niveau géographique, la tchéké a également obtenu son indication géographique protégée. Ce label est donc crucial car il atteste que les caractéristiques de ce produit sont liées à un lieu géographique particulier et qu'au moins une étape de sa production ou de sa transformation a lieu dans cette zone délimitée, selon des conditions bien déterminées. Donc la tchéké de lagune est un exemple de labellisation envisagée. La démarche de promotion et de commercialisation. Le Conseil national des exportateurs a mené des études et des actions pour la consolidation et la promotion du label atchéké de lagune en vue de son internationalisation et de sa commercialisation. Des efforts sont faits pour sensibiliser les acteurs, notamment financiers, afin de soutenir le secteur rural dans la production de l'atchéké, désormais une marque déposée pour la Côte d'Ivoire sur l'échiquier international. L'atchéké s'exporte déjà de plus en plus, non seulement dans les pays de la CEDEAO, c'est-à-dire l'Ouest africain, mais aussi en Europe, notamment en France, en Belgique, sous différentes formes déshydratées, frais ou congelés. Ces différentes initiatives, qu'il s'agisse de pour la protection, de la reconnaissance culturelle ou de l'obtention de la protection, visent à valoriser l'activité ivoirien, à protéger son authenticité et à renforcer sa position sur le marché international. Il s'agit là d'une démarche que nous avons entreprise qui allait très loin, mais pour le moment, il ne concerne qu'un seul produit, parce que c'est un produit qui est majoritairement consommé en Côte d'Ivoire. Voilà, je vous remercie. Je n'ai pas voulu être très long. J'ai pris cet exemple. Le seul défi que nous avons aujourd'hui, c'est de voir comment les financements peuvent venir augmenter la production, notamment étendre la production dans d'autres zones, en les impliquant dans la labellisation. Et puis, deuxièmement, de voir d'autres produits possibles. Ici, la tchéké a eu un intérêt particulier parce qu'il est très consommé. Après le riz, c'est la tchéké qui est consommée en Côte d'Ivoire. Donc, il était un devoir pour l'État de le faire. Aujourd'hui, il s'agit de voir au niveau de l'État quels sont d'autres produits qui existent effectivement, qui peuvent rentrer dans cette dynamique-là, sans pour autant avoir une consommation nationale très large. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for sharing experience from La Côte d'Ivoire. I would like to now move to the Democratic Republic of the Congo to invite His Excellency Mr. Grégoire Mutombo Kangali, the Minister of State, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Democratic Republic of the Congo, to share also experiences focusing on what institutional, technical, or financial challenges have you faced in OCOP implementation, and how did you address them? Honorable Minister.
Merci beaucoup. Excellence, Monsieur le vice-ministre de l'Agriculture du Vietnam, Excellence, Madame la directrice générale adjointe de la FAO, Excellence, Monsieur le représentant de la FAO de l'Afrique, de l'Asie et du Pacifique, chers collègues et distingués invités. C'est pour moi un honneur de prendre la parole à cette occasion de cet événement relatif à l'échange de connaissances sur l'initiative OCOP, qui s'est traduit par un pays, un produit prioritaire. Je remercie sincèrement l'Organisation des Nations Unies, la FAO, ainsi que le Vietnam pour nous avoir invités d'être ici afin que nous puissions partager. Compte tenu des défis d'abord du temps, je pense que nous devons arriver à expliquer nos défis en peu de mots. Face à ces défis de la sécurité alimentaire et à la volatilité des prix des céréales importées, vous savez que mon pays, la RDC, c'est un pays qui a beaucoup d'opportunités et qui a beaucoup de ressources naturelles. Et nous avons assez de terres, de l'eau et autres conditions qui peuvent développer notre agriculture. Mais pour revenir dans ce programme, nous avons choisi la culture du manioc comme culture prioritaire pour nous. Et à cet effet, nous consommons, 90% de la population consomme le manioc dans notre pays. Et nous avons une expérience à partager dans le cadre de la farine panifiable que nous produisons. Donc, nous avons pensé que si nous produisons la farine panifiable, nous pouvons contribuer à la diminution de l'importation de la farine de blé, parce que nous sommes des grands importateurs de la farine de blé au monde. En effet, les avancées significatives ont réalisé dans les procédés de transformation du manioc en farine panifiable, notamment avec la production de farine de manioc, obtenue par des procédés de séchage rapides et hygiéniques réduisant l'amertume et les composés cyanogénétiques. Ceci a été suivi par le développement d'unités semi-industrielles et villageoises dotés d'équipements adaptés, râpeuses mécaniques, presseuses hydrauliques, séchoirs solaires ou mécaniques, ainsi que l'amélioration de variétés de manioc riches en amidon, mieux adaptées à la transformation. En lien avec les innovations technologiques et procédés améliorés, brièvement évoqués si haut, la farine panifiable de manioc est graduellement incorporée à hauteur de 10 à 30% dans la fabrication des pains, des biscuits, des gaufres et en substitution partielle la farine de blé. Cette pratique présente plusieurs avantages qui sont la réduction des coûts de production de pain, bénéfique pour les boulangers et les consommateurs, la valorisation de la production locale du manioc et la réduction progressive de la dépendance aux importations de blé, et enfin la création de débouchés durables pour les producteurs et transformateurs de manioc. L'incorporation du manioc et de la farine de manioc dans la panification présente un grand intérêt, à savoir sur le plan économique, et contribuera à la lutte contre la pauvreté en milieu paysan par l'augmentation de la demande de production du manioc et la valorisation du travail des paysans congolais. Sur le plan de sécurité alimentaire, la substitution partielle de la farine de blé par la farine de manioc produite localement va entraîner la réduction du prix du pain et étendre sa consommation jusque dans des milieux paysans. Sur le plan nutritionnel et de la santé, suite aux allergies constatées chez certaines personnes par la consommation du pain de farine de blé, plusieurs pays à travers le monde ont procédé à la substitution de farine de blé par des farines composées sans gluten. L'absence de gluten dans la farine de manioc est un atout majeur car l'intégration du manioc dans la panification permet de protéger la population contre les allergies digestives à moindre coût et ignorée de nos populations. Sur le plan de développement industriel, la planification à base de la farine de manioc constitue au stade actuel une porte ouverte vers l'industrialisation de la transformation du manioc demeurée jusqu'à présent artisanale et rudimentaire. Alors, je passe par vous donner quelques exemples. Nous avons une entreprise qui s'appelle Ecosac, située dans la zone périphérique de Kinshasa. Elle a installé une chaîne de valeur fonctionnelle de manioc qui comprend la production, la transformation et l'accès au marché de la farine panifiable du manioc. Elle a mis l'accent sur le marché considéré comme le maillon clé de sa chaîne de valeur, car c'était essentiel de savoir qui sont les consommateurs de la farine panifiable du manioc et quelles sont les demandes sur le marché de Kinshasa. Avant de penser à l'offre et aux hypothèses de la production, Ecosac a signé plusieurs contrats en ce moment ici avec beaucoup de boulangeries qui cherchent à obtenir la farine de manioc parce que sa capacité de production est faible à ce niveau ici et produit environ 50 tonnes de farine panifiable par mois, mais la demande est très élevée. Disons aussi que donc il faudra entre 100 à 250 tonnes de racines tubéreuses sont récoltées et transformées mensuellement pour obtenir la quantité que je viens de vous partager. Donc à ce niveau, nous avons besoin de créer une ligne budgétaire pour permettre à ce que nous puissions être compétitifs dans la production de la farine de manioc. Nous avons besoin de produire assez de boutures de manioc pour permettre à ce que nous puissions élargir la production des champs pour que nous puissions répondre aux besoins de la chaîne de valeur. Donc, nous avons besoin aussi d'encadrer plusieurs coopératives agricoles pour permettre à ce que nous puissions continuer à stabiliser cette production. La demande étant trop élevée et que nous n'avons pas aussi assez de temps, je pense que nous vous remercions et nous vous disons aussi que en RDC, nous consommons la manioc, nous consommons les feuilles de manioc, nous consommons aussi la racine de manioc, donc nous consommons le manioc complet. Et nous constituons que le manioc, c'est une plante plastique, parce que nous plantons le manioc partout en RDC. Et nous pensons que l'industrialisation du manioc pourra donner à la RDC une autre approche de la lutte contre la pauvreté et de la lutte contre la faim et la famine. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for sharing experience from DRC. Now we move to Southern Africa. I would like to invite Honorable Sam Dalitso Kawale, the Minister of Agriculture and Member of Parliament of Malawi. My question is, of course, you'll share your experience, but also linking it with the relevance and adaptability, applicability potential with the Vietnam's OCOP model that we have heard this morning, the excellent presentations. Over to you, Honorable Minister.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to sincerely thank the Vietnamese government for hosting us, as well as the FAO for making it possible for Malawi to be part of this historic event and for working alongside us as we're implementing OCOP in Malawi. Malawi's journey with OCOP has been about bouncing back and transforming the agriculture sector. We were chosen as a demonstration country to tackle a significant national problem, which was the collapse of our banana industry. And Ms. Beth, thank you very much for being with us 2 years ago when we started going on this journey. For the benefit of everyone, let me just point out that we experienced banana bunchy top virus, which destroyed over 20,000 hectares of banana plant in Malawi. And this was not just about losing the crop, it also threatened the livelihoods of many people in the country who depended on this value chain. And OCOP didn't just come and help us to fix it, but it also gave us a clear path to recovery and growth for everyone, and we're very grateful for that. Let me be quick to say that today I am very proud that we've learned so much from what has been happening in Vietnam and other countries as we're implementing different strategies to bring back hope to our banana farmers. Through OCOP, we've introduced healthy banana plants using new methods where we have improved the tissue culture in labs, and we've also set up community-run banana farms with modern irrigation. As we learned in the past, we keep on learning from what our friends are doing here in other countries, and I think that's why you're going to see us attending these meetings a lot. We love learning in Malawi so that we can continue to improve on what we are doing. We've made sure that apart from doing a lot in terms of improving our labs, tissue culture, but we also thought it was very important for us to invest heavily in extension services where officers, researchers, as well as farmers, especially women and young people, have learned modern and green farming techniques through farmer field schools. We believe in showing people how to do things, not just telling them what to do. So our farmer field schools are a critical part in the development of our banana sector. But our vision is going beyond just recovering. It's about building on Malawi's Vision 2063, which aims at having a prosperous, strong, and inclusive nation which is driven by productivity, technology, and industry. And that's exactly what we are learning here in Vietnam. It's impressive to see how they have developed the communities to build strong products and increase productivity, and the use of technology is just impressive. In this spirit, we look at Vietnam's OCOP model, not just an inspiration, but as a practical way to expand and improve our work. Vietnam's focus on community-led product specialization, its strong product rating system, as well as digital marketing and tourism, which has been integrated in the agriculture sector, offers valuable lessons for Malawi to learn from. So with what we've seen and learned in Vietnam, we see clear pathways where we can apply these ideas. First of all, we are looking at supporting local products. We're also looking at digital innovations. We're also looking at quality and branding, as well as community involvement, which includes women and young people. So Malawi is ready not only to adopt, but also to adapt, to innovate boldly and include everyone. Our plans include increasing tissue culture production, launching new farm innovative groups, as well as promoting simple post-harvest technologies. And furthermore, we seek deeper teamwork, as well as knowledge sharing with Vietnam and other countries that are implementing OCOP. So that's why we are taking a lot of notes here from our friends who are sharing, because that is going to help us to get better. So OCOP has shown us that lasting agriculture change needs more than just resources. It also needs good vision, coordination, collaboration, and also a shared commitment. So we will continue to share what we've done, but most importantly, we'll continue to learn so that not only can we improve, but hopefully we can be a leading country as we implement OCOP. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Adopt and adapt, very important. Along the same line of question on the relevance and applicability of the experience of Vietnam model on OCOP, I want to also invite His Excellency Sir Hemor, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security of Sierra Leone, to share with us how they see the experience of Vietnam, the relevance of it, the applicability to the context in Sierra Leone. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Chair, and good morning or good afternoon to everybody here. I bring you greetings, warm greeting from our President, His Excellency Retired Brigadier Giros Madabio, and of course my Minister, who would have loved to be here, but I'm sure I will do justice or do it on his behalf. In Sierra Leone, agriculture is a backbone of our economy, employing over 60% of the population and forming the bedrock of food security, rural livelihood, and national stability. However, the sector remains under-optimized, and our development agenda has called for bold, structured, and inclusive transformation. Under the leadership of His Excellency the President, Sierra Leone has launched its flagship program, Feast Salon, to drive agricultural transformation at a scale. Feast Salon represents a shift from fragmented initiatives towards an integrated, result-driven approach aimed at increasing food self-sufficiency, reducing imports, and unlocking economic potential across our rural landscape. Unlike previous efforts, Feast Salon employs a partial targeting strategy by identifying 6 major agricultural zones known as our national rice bowls. These are the regions with the highest agroecological potential, now prioritized for coordinated public investment in infrastructure such as roads, feeder bridges, irrigation, energy storage, and market access. Our vision is to develop integrated agriculture industrial hubs that attract private sector's participation and build strong linkages along the value chain. This spatial and value chain approach aligns seamlessly with the principle of Vietnam OCOP model, organizing development around specific geographical areas and products, strengthening local processing capacity, enhancing traceability, and enabling smallholders to commercial markets with recognizable quality assured products. Chair, colleagues, Salion sees the OCOP initiative as more than a branding tool. It is a strategic framework for value chain integrations, rural industrialization, and inclusive economic growth. It gives structure to what we are already building, district by district, value chain by value chain, under Field Salon. This dialogue in Hanoi offers us an opportunity to reflect, learn, and refine our national approach to agricultural transformation. We are inspired by Vietnam's success and committed to adapting best practices to our local realities. We look forward to deepening partnership, fostering technical cooperation, and advancing shared vision to resilience, inclusive, and market-driven agriculture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, for your intervention. I would like now to move to Eastern Africa, to South Sudan, and invite Honorable Minister Hussein Abdel Baghi, i.e., the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security of South Sudan, to share also experience, focusing on what institutional, technical, or financial challenges has South Sudan faced and how are they addressing them. Over to you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Moderator. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me first to extend my gratitude, appreciation, and thanks to the government and people of Vietnam for hosting us and reception in this good, beautiful capital city of Hanoi. I would like also to extend my thanks and appreciation to the leadership of FAO, the assistant of Director General of different regions present here with us. To start, we in South Sudan, we selected sorghum as a traditional staple food grown and consumed in almost all parts of South Sudan. To answer the question, the main institutional, technical, and financial challenges currently faced by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in OCOP implementation include the following. One, limited knowledge, skills, and access to improved varieties adapted to diverse agroecological, appropriate mechanized farming technology for production, post-harvest management, value addition and marketing. Limited or lack of access to credit and financial services. Limited technology to address negative impact of climate change, food, drought, and upsurge in pests and diseases. These challenges are to be addressed by strengthening the technical, institution, and financial capacity of the national government and state ministries of agriculture to improve production and productivity. For example, improve and appropriate technology that are environmentally promote appropriate, such as ox plowing and other advanced farm technology, which include the use of tractors. And in this, the government of South Sudan provide numbers of tractors to the farmers in South Sudan as phase 1, and we are going to bring more tractors so that we can enhance the surplus production for the sorghum and others. And also in the government of South Sudan directed 13 states of South Sudan to gazette the land for in each state, which is estimated to be 250,000 fedan for demonstration agriculture. So these are the things demanding investment and in innovation post-harvest technology. Example also, enhancing strong extension services, support, and timely delivery to individual farmers and farming groups, association of cooperatives and organization. MAP and Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, through partners of FAO, EO, and other partners like World Bank, has set up a community-based centers where the technology are deployed through adaptive trial and demonstrative pilot to disseminate and promote appropriate technology. And here we have a way forward, the way forward to promote and support the development of improved technology, sorghum varieties, good agriculture practices, crop husbandry, strengthening seed system and quality control, strengthening existing policies, and enforcing legal framework and law by putting in place stringent national phytosanitary measures and standards, including introduction of sustainable subsidies and the government-led micro-credit financing to farmers' organizations for ease of access to inputs by the farmers, enhancing strong services, extension services support, and timely delivery to individual farmers for farmers' organization and farmers' organization. These are the experience that we are going to address. And if we also got some experience, like the experience we look at them today, and we receive from the experience of this country, Vietnam, I think we have a different agroecological zones in South Sudan, which we can also produce another different varieties, including rice and groundnuts and other main crops which are there, produced by many other communities in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, Honorable Minister, for that intervention. So we'll continue the experience sharing, and now moving to Southern Africa again, invite Honorable Vangelis Peter Haritatos, Member of Parliament, Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development of Zimbabwe, to share experience from Zimbabwe, but also linking it with the relevance and applicability potential of the Vietnamese experience on OCOP, the Vietnamese model, to the Zimbabwe's context. Over to you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Abebe. Your Excellencies, fellow Honorable Ministers, our DDG amongst us, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Firstly, I'd like to thank the government and people of Vietnam, as well as the FAO, for hosting us. I'll keep my intervention to bullet form to try and keep it as short as possible. We are politicians, so we like to talk, I know. Firstly, Zimbabwe identified the soybean value chain for implementation under the OCOP or OCOP project, which was amongst 34 value chains due to its significance as a strategic crop in oil and feed production, critically in the reduction of imports and sorting out our balance of payments for our country. The OCOP fits perfectly into Zimbabwe's agriculture and food systems rural transformation strategy, which our president launched in August of 2020 and is going into its second phase in January of 2026. Our challenges, just to give you a background, firstly, production and productivity. Low yields between 0.4 to 0.8 tons per hectare have been witnessed against a potential of 2 to 3 metric tons per hectare. Poor soil health and soil management has been attributed factor in affecting the production and productivity. With regards to processing, we are not short on processors. Zimbabwe has a capacity to process 500,000 metric tons of soybeans. However, due to the prevailing smallholder production systems, farmers have not been able to meet the capacity. Processors then resort to imports, which negatively affects our trade imbalance. With regards to marketing and trade, due to the fragmentation nature of smallholder production systems, smallholder farmers have little bargaining for competitive prices on the market. Due to high production costs, local farmers cannot compete with regional farmers in comparison with import and export parity prices. Lack of contractual arrangements to support local farmers is also a hindrance. With regards to consumption, soybean is a primary value chain in oil extraction and it is a secondary value chain in feed production. The national requirements for soybeans is a whopping 240,000 metric tons. However, Zimbabwe currently only produces 41,000 metric tons, which leaves a massive deficit of 200,000 metric tons. How do we answer these challenges? With regards to production, Zimbabwe has embarked upon a robust soil mapping, soil testing program meant to address soil health challenges affecting not only production of soybeans, but also other key crop value chains. By addressing soil health challenges, the country envisions to improve production and productivity. Soybeans itself is a legume and restores nutrients into the soil. We are utilizing the country's natural endowments, dolomite, calcium, and granite, to produce lime, which is critical for the soil health through sweetening acidic soils for food production and productivity. pH levels in Zimbabwe, unfortunately, are very low, which means our soils are very acidic. Through the OCOP project, we have invested in the refurbishment of rhizobium production facilities at the Grasslands Soil Testing Institute to increase the production of rhizobium to 60,000 with the potential to produce up to 300,000 metric tons. This is critical as it tackles the double challenges of high input costs and soil health through the provision of low-cost rhizobium made easily accessible to our farmers. Trainings were also held to capacitate farmers in modern production, marketing, and post-harvest technologies. Almost 5,000 of our farmers were trained and capacitated in modern production techniques with a view of improving smallholder farmer productivity. This move completed the already ongoing efforts by the government to train and capacitate 6,000 of our extension officers across the country through e-extension capacitation with modern ICT, which includes Starlink kits, tablets, pH monitors, and solar systems technology, and vehicles, which are cars and motorbikes, to enable access for extension services to the remotest of areas. With regards to post-harvest losses, in anticipation to increase production, the country has invested heavily in post-harvest infrastructure such as drying facilities and storage. We've now taken, or we are in the process of taking our internal storage from 750,000 metric tons under silo to double that to 1.5 million metric tons of crops. With regards to marketing, through the OCOP project, we managed to establish a multi-stakeholder platform with representation from smallholder farmers, large-scale farmers, financiers, market players, input suppliers, and processors to tackle the bottlenecks affecting the soybean value chain. Through this platform, the coordination and subcommittee has improved. The platform has strengthened farmer mobilization for effective marketing and access to finance. This has seen the resuscitation of farmer organizations at ward, district, as well as provincial level, feeding into the national level. This has resulted in increased bargaining powers of our farmers. In addition to this, as the government, We have 23 working groups, either chaired by the Minister himself or myself. Of note is a subcommittee group of stakeholders, which is co-chaired by the Deputy Ministers in the Ministry of Agriculture, our ministry, Ministry of Finance, Industry, as well as Foreign Affairs and International Trade, specifically to strengthen value chains. With regards to marketing, the government has established the Zimbabwe Mercantile Exchange, or ZMX, as we call it, and warehouse receipt systems for the off-take of farmer produce at competitive pricing. This warehouse receipt systems enables farmers to exchange their produce for tradable and exchangeable warehouse receipts, enabling the farmer to access storage facilities and competitive pricing. The warehouse receipt system can be used as a financial mechanism, tradable for inputs and collateral for access to finance. On the topic of finance, government has instituted mechanism to onboard the private sector for value chain financing. Private sector was a critical component that was always missing, and now we're bringing them on through our enabling environment. The government took a policy position which compels manufacturers to support at least 40% of the requirements from domestic producers. The government played a facilitatory role in the establishment of the Food Crop Contractors Association, or the FCCA as we call it, which is a consortium of private sector contractors into value chain financing of commodities, including of soya beans. This move has seen the FCCA injecting investment in the agricultural sector and contributing between 20 to 30% of national production. Let me finish by saying, again, I would like to thank the FAO for all the support, not only with the OCOP program, but with the many other forms of support to the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe. As we heard from Vietnam, we too will expand the OCOP model to several other value chains to ensure our push for value addition and beneficiation leads to rural industrialization and the realization of our President's Vision 2030 of an upper middle income society where no one and no place is left behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that insight. I'll now we move back to Asia. I would like to invite Honorable Minister Ramnath Adhikari, the Minister of Agriculture and Livestock Development of Nepal, to also share with us their experience focusing on what institutional, technical, or financial challenges have they faced and how they have addressed them. Over to you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, the Chair of Session, Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, Excellencies and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. In Nepal, large cardamom is for more than an agricultural commodity. As we deepen our efforts under the OCOP framework, we have taken a close look at the entire large cardamom value chain from planting to consumption. What we have found is both encouraging and sobering. In the production stage, farmers are facing a number of obstacles. Many of the plantations are aging, some over 20 years, 20 years old, and yields have been gradually declining. In post-harvest handling, most cardamom is still drying using traditional firewood-based methods. While time tested, these practices often lead to uneven drying, a smoky smell, and loss of essential oils, which in turn lowers the quality and export value. Processing and value addition remain quite limited. Beyond basic drying and storage, there is minimal grading, packaging, or product innovation. Few enterprises are investing in modern equipment to produce value-added products such as cardamom, oil, powder, or herbal blends, which could open up new market opportunities both at home and abroad. In terms of marketing and trade, Nepal's cardamom exports are still largely dependent on a few traditional routes, mainly to India. This makes farmers vulnerable to price fluctuations, trade barriers, and currency shifts. At the same time, we have yet to fully explore the branding and storytelling potential of Nepal's high-altitude, sustainably grown cardamom. On the consumption side, large cardamom remains underutilized within Nepal. Only it has strong health and culinary value. There's limited awareness among domestic consumers. National campaign to promote its usage in local cuisines, wellness products, or traditional medicine. On the consumption side, large cardamom remains underutilized within Nepal. Only it has strong health and culinary value. There's limited awareness among domestic consumers and no national campaign to promote its usage in local cuisines, wellness products, or traditional medicine. But we are not standing still. Nepal has begun implementing a comprehensive value chain development approach. We are promoting improved planting materials, organic certification, and integrated pest management. We are piloting modern post-harvest technologies, including solar dryers and biomass dryers, in collaboration with cooperatives and private sector partners. Training and support are being provided to strengthen producer groups, improve aggregation and, and link them to processors and exports. We are also actively exploring new export markets beyond South Asia and working to create a distinctive Nepali cardamom brand on that reflects its purity, sustainability, and high altitude origin. Step by step, we are strengthening each link of the value chain so that the benefits of large cardamom can be felt more widely from our mountain farmers to global consumers. Distinguished delegates, excellencies, and colleagues, let me begin by sincerely appreciating the government of Vietnam and FAO for the remarkable leadership in advancing the OCOP initiative. Vietnam's OCOP model is truly inspiring, and we see deep relevance and practical value in adapting several of its elements to the Nepali context. There are three specific aspects of the Vietnamese approach that resonate strongly with us in Nepal. First, we are particularly encouraged By the way, local communities in Vietnam are at the center of the OCOP process. Second, we are impressed by how Vietnam has integrated OCOP into national development planning, linking it with tourism, trade, education, and environmental policy. This kind of cross-sectoral alignment ensures that OCOP does not remain in isolated agriculture initiative, but rather becomes a driver of inclusive rural development. Third, the focus on value addition, branding, and certification in Vietnam is something we are keen to learn from. The strategic use of OCOP labels to enhance consumer trust and market visibility is a powerful example. Lastly, Vietnam's ability to engage the private sector and build meaningful partnerships both within the country and through South and triangular cooperation is a path we are eager to follow. We are confident that through greater collaboration with Vietnam and fellow OCOP countries, we can together advance a region-wide movement for resilient, inclusive, and market-linked agri-food systems. Nepal looks forward to deepening this exchange, learning from each other and walking this path of transformation together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for sharing that experience from Nepal. This brings us to the the end of the ministerial roundtable, which we appreciate very much. I believe you have found the experiences shared from different countries very useful. This is precisely the purpose of organizing this interregional experience sharing and mutual learning here in Vietnam, excellently hosted by the government of Vietnam. The other aspect is promoting South-South and triangular cooperation, which many of you have mentioned. I believe you are already doing this through the bilateral engagements that you are having as we speak. The experience sharing and interactions will continue, including tomorrow during the field trip where we will be interacting with the actual actors in the field. So with this, unfortunately, we don't have time to entertain question and answer sessions. I want to thank for the opportunity, and I would like to hand the floor back to the moderator. Over to you. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. First of all, a hand for our moderator, Abebe, for his excellent moderation of the session. So we have reached the end of the morning, and here are some very important instructions. So please listen carefully. At this point now, all heads of delegation and leadership of FAO are invited to assemble downstairs in the lobby by 12:45 so that you can go to your appointment with the Deputy Prime Minister. So 12:45, please be downstairs in the lobby. Liaison officers, please be responsible for your minister that you're in charge of. So that's what we will do for the heads of delegation. Since you will not be able to have lunch immediately, you can come back from your visit and lunch will be there at the restaurant. So you can come back and have that. Sorry for this inconvenience, but then the appointment is equally important. The rest, everyone else, all officials, all the other invited guests and participants are invited to go for lunch and come back here at 2 o'clock. So we start the next session on schedule, and we'll see you then. So 2 o'clock for the next session. Thank you very much.